Grand Rising, everybody. Today is day 5 of the RV build, and today I'm hoping to honor my word and actually get the cleaning done in the RV in terms of vacuuming, steaming, disinfecting, things along those lines. It is now just starting to rain. It is also pretty hot. I left the AC on last night for about 8-10 hours and everything worked fine. However, when I came out to check it this morning and I touched the handle to the RV door, I could feel like a light current, electrical current running through the door. It's also on the front bumper and some of the knobs for the doors. So it seems like there's electrical current running through all of the metal components of the vehicle, which is pretty concerning. It's nothing crazy where it like hurt me or shocked me, but I could feel it significantly running through my hand. Because I was grounded onto the ground. I wasn't wearing shoes, so I was barefoot. So I have some rubber-soled shoes on. I'm going to touch it again to see if the current still passes through my body, and potentially that's why I had never noticed it before. But with that being said, that is definitely something that would need to be addressed. Yeah, I don't notice it anymore because I'm being grounded out. I'm not being grounded out. Yeah, I can't tell. So it can't run through my body. I've got my shoes on. But I could feel it this morning for sure when I touched it. None of the wires feel like super hot or anything like that. They're actually not hot at all. So I'm not entirely sure what that could be. Hopefully someone can point me in the right direction with that, because it's a bit concerning in terms of safety. But we're gonna get in there today and we're gonna see what's going on. It's pretty hot in here again. As usual, it seems to get cooking in here, so the insulation must be garbage. If there's any at all in the first place. It's probably like 15 degrees Celsius hotter in here than outside right now. And it's about 30 degrees outside, so yeah. I don't feel anything barefooted on the ground inside, but I'm sure if I took my shoes off and I touched something, I'd feel it again. I'm almost a little scared to do it, because if I can't break the current and it like actually shocks me, I could seriously harm myself. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in terms of that. Definitely ask for advice from someone who may or may not know the reason. But my guess is there's some electrical component that's touching a main piece of metal framing in this RV, and all of the other metal components are receiving some of that current. That's my best guess when it comes to that. That's not something I was expecting to have to deal with today or worry about, but Those kind of things are never to really be expected, but kind of expected when you buy something like this. That's an almost 40-year-old RV that's also been modified in some minor ways. So like it has an upgraded water pump, it has stereo wire running through, it has additional 120 volt outlets that were added and things along those lines. So yeah, definitely gonna have to investigate that at some point, but I just have to be mindful of it for the time being. And yeah, I guess I'll get some vacuuming done, and we'll see where we go from there. But like here's an example of the wiring situation that we're dealing with. Like this one works, this one doesn't. They all run underneath the floor to the breaker here. There's not much electrical in here other than this guy, which runs to the back here, and I'm not sure where it's connected to. It just goes up through the wall, so it must go through the ceiling and then down. I'm not sure what it's for. I have a feeling it might be for this outlet, but I can't be certain. There's a lot of like looking around that I'd need to do prior to that to actually know. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. And this isn't on the ground properly either. Might have to redo that whole piece, but yeah, just new things every day. It's almost seeming like I can't really get to the initial list that I had created, because every time I try and do something, I find more things that need to be done. I feel like that'll go on for at least the first week, and then I'll slowly be able to get things done in terms of the actual work that needs to be accomplished here, not just prepping everything. So I'll end this here, and saying, and I was told that I need an oil pump. Which I'm assuming anyone can tell me how accurate that statement is. I'd appreciate it. I'm not exactly sure how that would be the oil pump because the oil reservoir is here. And yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where it would go. I'd have to look up this model and see. It's an Onan model is 1604A, I think. 4.0 BEA. I'm not 100% sure, it's hard to read. But yeah, so there's another thing I have to fix, that seal there. It looks like it got a bit bent. I'm not entirely sure how, but yeah. So other than that, everything is cleaned out inside. Now tomorrow I'm just gonna be steaming and probably cleaning all the mold everywhere. There's a bit of mold in the fridge because of all the moisture. Nothing too serious. There's some under the sink from that leak. It's just on pressboard though. It doesn't look like it's on the actual floor, so I'm just gonna remove that entirely. And then there's some under the bed, I think, or it may just be really thick dust, fuzzy dust. Can't really tell. It's not black, I know that, but there is some black mold on the wall where the mattress was, because moisture builds up under there, and if you don't take the necessary precautions, you can get moldy bed and bed frame. So with all that being said, it was a pretty successful day. I finally got all of that done, and other than finding out that there's some live wire attached to the frame somewhere, and that I'll continuously shock myself if I'm not grounded out properly with like insulating shoes or whatever, when I touch the frame, I will be having a live current run through my body, which is not comfortable. It happened to me several times. So I'm going to have to address that. That's another mechanical issue that I need to add to the list. And a couple other things I need to add to the list today. But you know, it was a pretty successful day. I'm pretty happy with everything I got done and how things are running. The fridge itself isn't running very cold. The freezer is extremely cold, but the fridge itself is not. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. I'm hoping I don't have to replace the fridge, but you never know these days with stuff like that. So definitely am going to need a proper working fridge though. And it's already wired for AC and DC and propane, so having all of those options is nice to keep the fridge running. But if I can find something that's similar to that and newer, I may consider just buying it. How's it going? So, that seems like it's it for the day. I'm signing off. Peace.